Hello everyone, this is Andrew Toy, a film critic for Film Book. Today I will be reviewing The Misbehaviour. The Misbehaviour is directed by Philippa Lowthorpe, written by Rebecca Frayne and Gabby Schaap, and stars Keira Knightley, Greg Kinnear, and Daniel Tipley. So right off the bat, this film does a few things great. The director, Philippa Lowthorpe, kept a lot of balls rolling at once, offering us a variety of perspectives of the events throughout the film. And I feel like she did that splendidly. In today's women empowerment age, it's easy to forget, and will get easier still going forward, how difficult it was living as a woman in a man's world back in the early 1970s. Now, this movie could have been very off-putting or overly preachy to its audience. And it wasn't. Instead, it focused on the most important role of a movie. It was, first and foremost, despite the message, entertaining. And because I was entertained, I got the message. Now, I was a little weary at first, thinking that the radicals who mean to disrupt the 1970 Miss World Beauty competition in London would be annoying and overzealous to the point of being unrelatable. But that just wasn't the case at all. I enjoyed them in this movie. Again, it all goes back to balance, something that the director did very well. It also helped having Keira Knightley, the newcomer and somewhat skeptic, be our POV person, gently letting us in on this radical ruse. It's fun, it's lighthearted, it's informative, it's a bit eye-opening, and it was even balanced enough to show a traditional mom and her feminist daughter hug and show mutual respect for each other despite their deep differences. That was a big and touching scene for me. Balance! Do you hear that, politics? It's all about balance. That's what I loved about this film. Pure and simple balance. We all come from different places, so we're all going to feel differently about different things. Sure, the movie displays men judging women purely on looks and dismissing everything else that makes a woman a person, but we've all seen that, and hell, isn't that something a lot of men still do anyways? So yeah, that's definitely something worth pointing out in the movie, that it's still going on. So even though the movie was balanced, it was brutally honest when it needed to be. But it didn't make me feel bad for being a man either, which is what I was expecting. There was no woman-splaining, if that's a term. It was a movie that, again, focused on telling an interesting story in an entertaining way. But I'll tell you who gets the mud flung on him, and that's Bob Hope. If you're a fan of his, be prepared to have your eyes open. That's all I'll say about it. This movie doesn't play softball just because he's dead. The performances were great. The beauty contestants acted like beauty contestants. The feminists acted like feminists, and everybody in between just had a lot of fun making this movie, I can tell. It was just nice to see a fun and light movie again. Let's face it, in these dark and trying times, it's nice to have something light and fluffy. And behind that light and fluff is a heavy social message that for some reason is still relevant today. I give The Misbehaviour a 5 out of 10. I know some of you are wondering, 5 out of 10, that's terrible, that's neutral. Yeah, it's neutral, and I'll tell you, as fun as it was, it's not one that I'm going to revisit. It didn't have anything in it that compels me to watch it again ASAP. Movies that have a passing grade get a 5. And if you've seen my previous reviews, you know that I've been super hard on movies, so a 5 is the highest score I've given in quite a while. What gets me to give it a higher score than a 5 is if there's something in the movie that compels me to rewatch it over and over again. And that's purely subjective, as all movie reviews are. And that brings us to the conclusion of my review for The Misbehaviour. I'd like to thank you for watching. You can find more of my work here at Film Book. That's film-book.com, and just search for Andrew Toy. If you like this video, click the thumbs up down below, smash the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell to get alerts for upcoming videos. And whether you agree or disagree with my review, please leave a comment down below. We don't have to agree. If you disagree, that's just fine, because if we agreed on everything, we'd have nothing to talk about. Please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Your support allows us to continue to give you content that you love. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.